The United States is no stranger to ghost towns. But the ghost towns that the United States is mostly famous for are the many boom-bust ghost towns of the gold rush eras, as well increasingly the declining cities and towns of the Rust Belt. There are ghost towns all around the world, and sometimes these are very different from what one may expect in the United States. Houtouwan is a ghost village in China that is being reclaimed by nature and is likely to be the next Instagrammer craze. It stands as a contrast to well-known American ghost towns like Bodie in California. Houtouwan is an abandoned Chinese fishing village on Shengshan Island, around 40 miles east of Shanghai, China. Shengshan Island is one of a chain of 400 islands of the Shaanxi Island group. In its heyday, the island was home to over 2,000 fishermen and other residents, but was abandoned in the early 1990s. The village was abandoned mostly due to problems with education and food delivery to the island. Also, during the 1990s, the rather small bay became increasingly unable to meet the growing fish industry's needs. This also pushed the resident out, as they started to migrate to the Chinese mainland in search of better employment and a better life. The story of Houtouwan is a common one in China that has experienced massive urbanization in the last few decades. Mother Nature slowly reclaimed its belongings, and soon after, greenery swallowed up the uninhabited village. The dilapidated houses became ivy-covered after the great exodus of residents. The then popular fishing village is now blanketed with greenery and covered in creeping vines. The ghost town is now filled with an eerie silence save for the chirping of birds, mosquito buzz, and the ocean breeze. Vegetation climbs walls, breaks through doors and windows, covering all in green. Narrow paths become even narrower and more dangerous to negotiate. Parts of the village are permanently inaccessible, adding to the mystical feel. A peek inside the deserted houses reveals decaying household items and pieces of furniture frozen exactly as they were placed years ago before the inhabitants left. Dozens of modern houses that have been overwhelmed by nature dot the hillside, right up to the sea. Some of their walls have fallen or their roofs have collapsed, while others have had their industrial finish replaced with blankets of local vines and grasses. Snaking dirt roads connect the abandoned houses, and the remains of a fishing port hint at the village's commercial past. Houtouwan is a place that appeals to adventurous explorers and nature lovers. It is a place that offers a rare opportunity to witness nature's power and beauty in action. It is a place that inspires awe and wonder. Being one of the most abandoned islands in the world, Houtouwan is not an easy place to visit or maintain. The village is located on a remote and hard-to-access island, which makes transportation and communication difficult. Furthermore, the village lacks basic infrastructure and amenities, such as electricity, water, sanitation, and healthcare. The village also poses safety hazards and environmental issues, such as unstable structures, fire risks, pests, and waste disposal. Moreover, the village's preservation and management are complicated by legal and ethical dilemmas, such as property rights, cultural heritage, and tourism development. Houtouwan rose to fame in 2015 when a number of fascinating photos of the abandoned village went viral online. It instantly became an internet sensation and a travel hotspot for nature lovers. Soon after, there was a surge of tourists from the mainland to the deserted village. As a result, government officials of Shengshan Island had to come up with a few measures to control the number of tourists visiting the village daily and find ways to monetize it. This led to the setting up of a viewing platform that tourists can access for only $3. Moreover, tourists can hike around the village for a ticket price of $8. Warning signs have been erected to caution tourists from entering dilapidated structures. In addition, places of accommodations have been set up all around the island. Less than a dozen people still live in Houtouwan today. But instead of profiting from fishing, they've turned to something else. The handful of residents remaining in the village often act as tour guides and sell drinking water to tourists as a source of income. The first impressions of the picturesque village are gleaming roof tiles and broken verandas of story houses wound by vines. You'll see shadows of architecture and man-made structures reclaimed by nature. It is the perfect representation of man versus nature, and an instance where nature has triumphed against civilization. Today, the once bustling fishing village has become a popular tourist attraction site for its unique devastation drawing tourists from the mainland. Tourists are attracted to the beautiful remnants of the ghost village. Homes severely damaged by weather and abandoned buildings are now engulfed by nature. The abandoned fishing village is a representation of a broader migration trend of the Chinese people who migrate from rural areas to urban cities. The renown of the village has given the whole island's economy a boost, with a reported 90,000 visitors making the journey to Shengshan in 2021, raking in $470,000 for the island. There are also said to be a number of bed and breakfasts dotted around the island, to cater for this new wave of tourists. Additionally, the tourism industry has stimulated some investment and improvement in the island's infrastructure and facilities, such as roads, bridges, hotels, and restaurants. The tourism industry has also raised awareness and appreciation for the village's history and culture, as well as its natural beauty. Houtouwan is a place that requires careful planning and management. It is a place that poses many challenges and risks, but also offers some opportunities and rewards. It is a place that demands respect and responsibility from both visitors and locals. Indeed, Houtouwan is a place that makes us think and feel. It is a place that teaches us lessons and stories.